afternoon, everybody. And I mean everybody. And David. It is time for Memecoin Daily.
Wait,
You have
why
heard
am
of
I
this.
not included in everybody?
It doesn't feel right, honestly. Comparing you, lumping you in with the rest of the people, it feels wrong. If I'm being honest with you, it just doesn't feel right. Um, I mean, it's
I'll
just
take that as a compliment.
take it however you will. I love your glass half full approach. If I'm being honest, I really appreciate that. But you know what? This is another amazing episode of Meme Coin Daily. I get excited about these things. I look forward to them. Even though what's crazy is I was just like sitting here eating an apple, staring at my screen, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, it's 3 o'clock. So it just completely snuck up on me. I'll be honest with you. It's Friday. That means the batteries in my brain are low. Probably on empty. I'm not solar powered like David. And I don't run off the energy of Starbucks. So, I'm working through that. No, but I'm doing
Fascinating
great.
technology.
You what?
It's fascinating technology.
Starbucks? Yeah. I mean, honestly, it really is. Especially since you've helped them work them through their NFT technology thing.
Okay,
That
too.
was
Don't get me started on that. Last time I went questioning the barista, I almost got arrested.
Yeah, I know. You know what? And I love the fact that like we tell that story, I feel like every week, but honestly, it hits every single time. So, I can't hate that at all. But David, like what's good? So like yesterday, honestly, played with our heartstrings a little bit. Like what was it, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? Multiple days ago when I sat up here and we were talking about the Trump token. I was just like, it's not coming yet, it's not coming yet. And then I wake up the next morning and everyone's like, oh my gosh, where did this token come from? And I was like, I don't know. And then Don Jr. came out last night and was just like, told you it wasn't mine. And I'm like, whew, man, that one, like sometimes you have alpha, sometimes you don't. Sometimes the alpha comes over the top. Hey, Block, I
Well,
meant to
look,
ask you.
but before we go over to block, let me ask you something about that. Do you think that at one point there were conversations about this
Yes,
token? Like
yes,
Kanpai
absolutely.
Panda, like they're not just making this up
Right.
completely. It was just a disagreement last minute and didn't happen.
Let me put this whole thing to bed. Is that where there are conversations? I would have to believe so. From what I'm told, there were absolutely 100% conversations. Were there probably even overtures of yes, let's do this? And guess what? There wasn't anything finalized, and the people running the project got a harsh lesson in what happens when you front run a project. And what happened after that is the project was essentially a rug pull. I don't care what anybody says about like the CTO and things like that. At the end of the day, I don't care whether you were the person that was, you know, uh, behind the project and you lost it all. Like the thing is that you didn't need to pull the liquidity well as much as you possibly could. For example, the hey, take your L, reshape the project, rebrand it, and move on. And that's it's a shitty situation. I mean, I guess you could say it's a shitty situation, but the
Look,
project should have never
honestly,
gone.
K
It should have
two,
never gone off in the first place.
yeah, I mean, I've literally trained myself to keep it moving after I get run. If I couldn't do that, my day would literally be over after the first 20-30 minutes. I mean, I don't know how I would continue on if I couldn't get over a rugged. I mean, KT, look, the thing is, it's different because it's a lot of money. It was a lot of tension. The Trump name, I get where everybody's coming from, but we're not in the same place that we were last cycle. You can't blame people for you making dumb decisions. We know how the markets work. We know the up and down cycles, and everybody knows how meme coins work now. I mean, until there is solid representation, until there's official announcements, even for me, I want to see VC funding. I want to see legitimate people and names if it's something of that caliber. Like if I'm just messing around on Pump Fun, okay, 10 rugs in a row, 11th one is going to be my lucky day. But when it's
You make it
something
sound like a
big,
punch card.
you
You
need
make it sound like a
confirmation.
punch card. You make it sound like a punch card. I have a
It
meme coin
is
pump card.
K2. It is like I got 10 slots on there. One rug, okay, down, two rugs down, three rugs down. The odds of me getting a good next one keep going up.
I
It,
mean,
it seems like a win.
this is the blinded rage that fuels the meme coin community, and I love it. Jahan, what's good, man?
Oh, happy Friday,
Hell
everybody.
yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Um, Here's my take, and I like what I see. I definitely don't ever want to see VC money in that meme coin space. Especially don't want to see like projects try to manufacture memes too. This is the thing. I'm telling you guys right now, part of the meme accelerant will be the stumbles and fumbles of manufactured memes, manufactured meta. Everybody knows like they think they know like how the meme coin space works, but the meme coin space kind of sucks you in and then turns it into a bit of a meat grinder first. And I swear there's going to be a bunch of money that tries to flood this phenomenon and then fucking it up, and they will fuck it up royally at a variety of different levels, is going to be an accelerant for the existing organic shit. That's how I see it playing out.
Oh man. Well, look, I'm excited for. I want to see how this evolves. I mean,
Oh, totally. It's so wild, right? It's like the fucking wilderness. And it's kind of like a blank canvas to a degree. So like the artists are like twisting their mustaches. I know I am right now, as a matter of fact. Probably because I have donuts still in my mustache, but that's a different story.
I mean, those are just for later. Those are just for later.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? This is how it goes. It's like I'm not a dirty person. I am somebody who rations my food.
Yeah, it's
That's how
my
that
flavor
goes.
saver. I degen so hard. This is where I'm at right now.
oh,
Absolutely.
I hear you there. I am in the eat off the dollar menu, drop 5-figure clips into meme coins club.
And
Frozen Uncrustables.
he is the have to eat off the dollar menu because of that. DeFi God.
I choose to because if I do that for 3 years in a row, that is one extra clip.
Do you guys hear the logic and the rationale that David uses to like get through life?
Okay, so
It's
what's
incredible.
wrong with my logic? I've got a good system going here.
It's incredible. It is incredible. DeFi God, what's up?
Yeah, yeah, GM, everybody. I just want to put on my take on whatever meme coin is, because right now everybody knows meme coins are a kind of gamble. I know just upping and up out 50-50. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. Yeah. So that's my take. I don't think where there is anywhere meme coin is going, but a lot of them are pulling out from 10 aim, 200 aim, making up some millions. Yeah, but it's more of gamble. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. More to come. I'm hoping there's more to come. My goal is for everybody to have their own meme coin. Every celebrity, athlete, politician, every MFer out there. I want to be able to do something and own some part of them. But Matthew, what about you? And then just give us your take.
Yeah, I think, it's great if we actually go for these organic, raised prime beef meme coins, the ones that come fresh from the trenches and actually do something. I don't want to see VC money in it. I think that's a really good take. I think it needs to be natural. It needs to come out. I do like the idea that everyone should have their own meme coin. I think that'd be hilarious. Imagine if your entire existence was just a meme coin. It's you, that's your personal value. And then you can get to see what your FTV is, which would be hilarious. How many people want a piece of you? And I think SocialFi is trying to do that. And they're doing it in not a fun way. I really think it would be really fun if everyone had their own meme coin. I mean, we've seen it with a lot of platforms that this can just happen. But, having your own meme coin, maybe that's going to be your net worth in the future. Maybe that's what tokenization actually going to turn into. Everyone has their own pump fund with their own stupid name on it and their little face. And people can, invest in you or laugh at you. And you can't really rug yourself without making yourself look like a dick. So I think that would
I've
be hilarious.
That's the most honestly, like when people talk about dystopian futures, like you saying that there's going to be meme coins that are representative of people's social value is the most terrifying dystopian view of the future that anyone has ever recommended. And honestly, that comment has superseded anything that David has ever said, Matthew. Honestly, it has caused me to reevaluate the way in which I look at you. But it's actually kind of a term of an endearment as well. So
I mean,
you
it's
know, it
like a
goes both
sesame
ways.
store. It's like a sesame store, but it's the most libertarian, like vicious capitalist way of doing it. Instead of the
Hmm.
government voting that you're not allowed to use the bus, you're just broke because no one likes you. That's the horrible Black Mirror future we're headed for, my friend.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's like I wake up every morning anticipating rug pulls and certain things, but that
Me
take
too.
that you just had was not one that I anticipated. So, well played, my friend. Well played. Adam, what's good, man?
Dude, I think Matt's right. And the sooner we realize that meme coins are money, the better off we'll be. And just move into this completely new world where we get to choose our own money. And that money may be worthless tomorrow, but we're just hopping around on money as it's created. I mean, the idea that what are we creating 20,000 meme coins a day? The idea that we're
True story.
everybody's not going to have either their own meme coin or their own L2 or their own whatever. I just see it. It is happening. We're in the process of it happening. The question is, where's the value going to lie? And that's where we're here playing around in the early bits of like getting to figure this stuff out. And so it's fun to be kind of in the trenches figuring it out and getting rugged. I love David's strategy of just I want to the faster I can rug myself, the quicker I get to a winner. I don't know. I don't know, man. That seems like a bankrupt strategy, bro. I think that'll get you to zero pretty quick, man. But I love it anyway, and it's all fun.
Look, Adam, you only lose when you stop buying.
Bro, bro, it's like I don't know. It's like that movie. It's like I don't have a gambling problem. I have a cash flow problem. I don't know. It just reminds me of that quote, man. God help you, brother. You got to pick some winners in there, man. Got to pick some winners.
I do. I do. But we're not talking about me, guys. We're talking about meme coins. I want to throw it over to Block. Block, who's paid you today? Like I'm getting
No,
rugged, you're
David.
getting paid. What's going on?
First,
We need to do one of those Lindsay Lohan swap movies.
first. The question that we have, Block. The real question is that how much did RTR pay you prior to the launch of the project?
I actually don't work on rugs. I'm sorry. I have a really keen rug detector. Yeah, anytime someone says, "Yo, I'm gonna give you guys some allocation," no, 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 no. I don't want no allocation. Please do not give me allocation. Yeah, I have a very keen eye and nose. I sniff them out. Actually, okay, so I sniff
What
them
do they
out.
smell like?
They stink. They absolutely stink. They give me allocation. I send it right back because I'm like, this stinks. It smells like my baby's diaper, bro. It's terrible. It's actually very bad. I threw my
It's
baby milk one time on accident.
like a Yankee Candle or a Bed Bath and Beyond fragrance. It's like it smells like rug pull. That's gonna be like a new jelly bean flavor.
Yeah. But no, I actually had a question, to be honest.
Dang, that's a first. Today is a curveball day. I wasn't prepared for this, but okay.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, hit me with it.
Okay, so another Trump token or Trump adjacent, what unofficial Trump
Yeah.
token ends up being a rug. My question is like, yo, are we like if there are no rugs when like the SEC finally, I don't know, quote unquote, cleans everything
Yeah.
up, like cleans the space. Like if there's no rugs, will it stop being fun for you guys? That's my question
No,
to you
Nick,
guys.
Look, I'm gonna
listen.
jump in
Like,
here.
oh shit.
Probably. I don't know what it is about it. Probably, but I think the SEC will get rid of all of the rugs the same way that the FBI and DEA get rid of all of the other crime out here. But that's just my opinion, guys. Keep fighting the good fight. I want to throw this over to Bubble Maps. Nick, what do you want to chime in with?
It has been certainly an interesting couple of weeks for us because we've been at the center of all this controversy. Like supply control is bullish. It's a very interesting opinion. So you have both sides of the argument. Some people saying, yeah, controlling the supply is super bullish because you reduce the selling pressure and it's how you manage to get tokens worth 1 billion. And then on the other side of it, you have tokens like DGT who were supply controlled, something that we exposed early on. 67% of the supply was controlled, and then 20% of the supply is sold in one clip by one wallet. So it's certainly an interesting discussion. And I mean I'm happy that we have this conversation. I think it's healthy for the space to have people debate and argue on these topics. But to give ourselves some credits, I think the reason we're having this conversation in the first place is because it has never been easier to spot this control supply, thanks to bubble maps. So here it is. Just wanted to make this clear for all the people saying, bubble maps, you're funning. Bubble maps, you're just, making everybody worry for the space. No, we're not. We're actually bringing some on-chain data facts. This is not FUD. This is on-chain data. If you interpret this as FUD, maybe you have a problem with control supply. This is not my issue here. And yeah, we've been exposing so many of the Solana tokens with control supply. Some performing quite well. Some dumping to zero. It's going sideways, up and down. It's not really our control, but like interesting to see those patterns. And yesterday we were on a space with Martin Shkreli, and did you listen to this one?
I was
No, we
listening
took
to that one.
we at IBC. I think you're in that chat, but we reached out to him and he hit us with the go fuck yourself.
Oh yes, actually, yeah, I saw that. I saw that message. That was funny though.
Is that a new meme coin?
This is
Has
not a
anyone
ticker. This is not a
is there
ticker.
a GFY meme coin?
There's got to be. There's too many not to be. I still
Right?
want a
I
British
was
one,
I
which
was
is
thinking that
coin in
there is
McCoin
there
face.
has to be. I don't
And
even want to
yesterday,
check because if there isn't, I may lose respect for some of the degens out here.
of course, there's one, David. Come on. Every combination of letters has been translated into a ticker at some point. This is for sure. But yesterday, so we were talking with Martin Shkreli, and we put him on the spot. We said, look, 1 month and a half ago during the Mario Nafa podcast, when we asked you about this 67% of the supply controlled by a couple of wallets, you said, hey, don't you worry, this supply is in safe hands. I know the guy personally. I don't have the private key, but I can bet my life on it. The supply is safe. Don't you worry. And then he went on, these whole Twitter spaces promoting this token actively, saying Baron Trump was involved. And now that things are turning south because this token has effectively rugged all the liquidity, he's threatening to sue Donald Trump and his sons. The guy, come on. The guy
Well,
seems to me like he's a bit opportunistic, to say
wait,
the least.
why would you come on X Spaces to say it? The thing that would make the headline would just be filing papers in a court of law. And I promise you, every news network, because they're liberal leaning and they hate Trump, but then this is not a partisan thing. This is just a reality. Like they would jump all over it. Like it would have a level of exposure that Thread Guy couldn't possibly give to Martin. But Martin, which is kind of weird, which seems to be the prevailing thing, weird, loves
Well,
hanging out
K2,
with
maybe
children.
they're trying to start a new
No,
trend,
no, 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 no,
serving
no,
subpoenas through Twitter
no,
Spaces.
no. It's what's weird is that Martin likes hanging out with kids. Like that part's a little bit disturbing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't understand that. Like, just file the lawsuit, bro. Mr. Millionaire Pharma Bro. Like, it sounds like he cares more about being heard, and self-soothed through spaces than actually filing the paperwork. It's
I
simple.
wish he would, but I wish that it was Martin who was being the lawyer. Like, can you do that? I know you can defend yourself, but can you be the lawyer when you're suing somebody? That's actually something that
Self
I should know, but
what
don't. I'm
self-representation?
imagining Martin in an episode of Law and Order.
Self-representation, right?
Yeah, well, when you're charged, you can, but I don't know if you can when you're suing somebody. Probably in small claims court. Well, definitely in small
I
claims
don't
court,
know.
but I don't know about suing Donald Trump.
I don't know. Cashbird, what do you think about that?
I think everyone needs to retweet the space. And then what you need to do is you need to follow first Mario, and second, follow me at I Quit Solana. Then follow David and K2 if you have time. I understand you're all very busy. There's a lot going on in Web3, a lot going on in meme coins. So first off,
You forgot about Ben.
what was that?
Follow Ben too.
No, that's Chase, man. That's fucking Chase. That's my brother Chase. Yeah, man. Gotta.
Well, you didn't say anything, so
My apologies. Definitely gotta follow the legend Bend Over. Yeah, just don't bend over. Bubble maps. You guys have been doing a lot of work lately, and I think a lot of people really respect the amount of FUD that you put out for different projects on the timeline. And I will tell you that there's a lot of people who look at that as a fucking absolute bottom signal. Bubble maps is fudding. They're fucking gonna send. I do think that supply control is bullish. And the whole thing with every time you post these bubble maps, it's like, oh, but supply control is so bullish. If it's so bullish, why are you hiding it? We bought in one transaction when we launched the Quit token, 85 sold and got 80% of the supply, and just skipped pump.fun, immediately bonded, and went to Radium. We told the community what we've been doing, uh, and we think that it's bullish, right? Having the control of the supply in people's hands that we know are legitimately interested in building something that can be here and sustainable long term. And in this space, I used to say that we're gambling here. We're not investing, we're gambling. We're not even gambling anymore. We were gambling when we were playing like Russian roulette, but now it's literally like we're hopping into these tokens and we're playing Russian roulette, but
with a fully loaded gun.
fully loaded.
With
Yes,
fully loaded.
100%. And the only win is when you're stuck there brain dead and not dead. That's the win, and that's what this space is starting to feel like. Um, so I think that
But quit. You said something very important here. You said I sniped 85% of the supply, and then I told my community about it.
no,
So
we
you,
told him ahead of time. We told him beforehand.
so even better. This is even better. I'm not even asking project to tell ahead of time what they're going to do with the supply or how much they're going to snipe. But the thing is, with all those tokens that we're calling out daily, I don't want to name them because I don't want to create another debate or controversy. But they're not even saying how much of the supply they own and how much they're selling. They're being super shady about it. Not only they're being shady, they're trying they're trying consciously to hide how much they own and to create a network of hundreds of addresses, and then make it super hard for people like us and other on-chain sleuths
you know what's
to see how
hilarious,
much
Bubble
they're
Nuts?
selling.
Yeah,
You know what's
that's
Say that
hilarious
again.
messed
about
up.
that?
Like, tell
This is what's
people.
wild though. This is what's wild though, is that you get a lot of degens that like rag on venture backed projects that have publicized tokenomics with publicized unlock schedules, and they're all just like, we're gonna get dumped on, we're gonna get dumped on. So instead, they go and invest in projects in the manner that Bubble Maps is talking about. And they say that they would much rather invest in projects like that than venture-backed projects that literally for months, if not years, depending on how long they take to launch a product, are like, yeah, like this is how everyone's going. But they're like, oh my god, the VCs are gonna dump on us. Like, are you kidding? The logic in that is so backwards. Is like, no, like people want to be lied to. Like they want to just get like so worked up and just be like, no, 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 no. Like I want somebody to like move the supply around 1,000 wallets and then not tell us that. Like that's what I want. Like I don't want someone to be open and honest with me. That's not what I want. That's not why I'm here. It's and then
Well,
people
I
are
don't
like,
know.
I
I
don't.
mean, if I'm actually investing, like if I'm getting in on one of the rounds, you want to see a bunch of VCs. It doesn't. The unlock schedules investing that matters too. But if you're just investing, you want to make sure that they've got a solid team. Like meme coins are different. I don't know. Like I don't like getting in on some of the pre-sales, the early things happening. I want to see what happens afterwards because the launch is usually where things go wrong.
Yeah.
Additionally, people say supply control is bullish and bubble maps is a bottom signal, which personally I found to be hilarious. I'm not taking this bad at all. I find it super funny. It's a funny meme. But we've actually run some numbers, and the average, since we did started calling them out, the average performance of these tokens is minus 94%. So if you want to play around, you can bet on the tokens that we call out, and you will see the result on your portfolio. It's not.
But
I
that's
wouldn't
every
recommend it.
meme coin, bro. That's every meme coin, bro. You're exactly matching the national average, my man. I'm
You
just
have a
joking.
point. If you take
I'm just
tokens
joking with you,
launching
though.
on Fun.Fun, it's even
I do
even even more.
I do appreciate what you guys do. One question: are you guys able to, like, if somebody's funding wallets from like a centralized exchange, do you guys track that or mark that in any way? I haven't seen anything about that.
No, that's a very important question because I know for a fact that right now there are entire GitHub, that are made to create bubble map resistant tokens. And there are many ways to do this. This is a constant battle. This is a game of cat and mouse. Some scammers are trying to outsmart us, and we're trying to outsmart them. Now, there are two things that we're implementing right now. I can provide this as an alpha to make the bubble map even harder to trick. Point number one is adding second degree, third degree, fourth degree, fifth degree connection. Meaning, if two bubbles are not directly connected, if two addresses did not transfer SOL between each other, but they did transfer SOL through a series of intermediary wallets that are not holding the token anymore, those two initial addresses would still appear to be connected on the map. This way, even if you try to trick by sending to other wallets, then other, you will still appear connected. That's point number one. And to answer your question about exchanges, we're also adding temporal connection. For example, let's say 10 wallets were funded by the same centralized exchange at the exact same time with the exact same amount of SOL. Those wallets would appear connected on the map. They're not connected directly by transfers, but they're receiving tokens at the same time. So they have a similar behavior. So they would still appear connected. Now we're entering a realm where this is more of an art than exact science, because sometimes, that could happen to have transfers at the same time. But if all those transfers are also holding the same token and they bought the same amount at a certain point, we can say with a good degree of certainty, those wallets belong to the same guy or the same group or the same cabal, whatever you want to say.
Oh man, that is some very, very fancy stuff. In this game of cat and mouse, it seems like Bubble Maps is the cat. We have it was recently National, International, Worldwide Cats Day. Everybody, make sure you're following Bubble Maps. I want to get to a few of these hands and then we'll send it back to K2. But Ben, you've had your hand up. I want to throw it over to you.
I actually just took my hand back down. Can you come back to me? I need to do one thing.
Absolutely. Go
Sorry.
ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I was thinking that Bubble Map should really get on the sending of a soulbound token to these wallets called Popped. And if you get the Popped token in there, then you know that you've been bubble mapped. And I think that would scare the living shit out of people. I think that would be really funny. And also, if you ever do want to turn it into a rug, you have the perfect cover, guys. You've been setting it up for so long. The trust is all there. And then you can take it all away. But no, I'm joking. But you guys are doing a really amazing service, and I think it's kind of crazy how many people are fighting against you guys and then still trying to claim to the community that they're legit. I think that's absolutely hilarious. And as someone who's doing a token for games, it's a crazy different world from meme coins. And yeah, people fighting over your token distribution and telling you that you're going to have the inflation of Venezuela because other people are going to have the token. And no one's actually figuring out products are going to use tokens. And that's the difference. Like meme coins are not really meant to be used, are they? You're not going to ever spend them on anything. And even those CTOs are
Why would
kind
you
of
talk
just
like that?
hoping, right?
Why would you talk like that? Why would you
Because
say
it's
that meme
fun
coin?
gambling.
No.
That's what it is.
Meme coins are going to be what drives the world. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but you're not going to spend them
Yeah.
on actual things. You're just going to put more
Eh,
Of
money in
course,
from
you're
one
going
to
to
the other.
spend them on things, man. Meme coins are money. Don't you know?
Thank
Bitcoin's a
you.
meme coin. Ethereum's a meme coin. It's all meme coins. It's meme coins all the way down, Matt.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
We'll go Faded, then Joe, then Casper Jahan. Beep 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 beep. I feel like
Yeah.
a nuclear launch code.
I found Bubble Map's points very interesting, and I just did want to remind people that even with third, fourth, and fifth degree connections, connections between wallets and across chains can always be tracked with enough effort and research, especially utilizing state of the art AI tools, some of which are not currently public. So, no matter what people are doing as far as token and launch manipulation, the federal government, as well as a bunch of other international agencies, are aware of everything that is happening on chain. If they don't already have this data, it's capable for them to retrieve it with enough research and dedication and effort. This is why I think, from a macro sort of market standpoint, there's still an impending like DeFi and on Meta in terms of investments and just a shift in the market. I don't think we've seen enough products that have come out to bring legitimate use cases of that. At the end of the day, meme coin distribution, especially upon TGE, is something that will always be manipulated to better favor the party that is within the inner circle group of that launch. I think it's just honesty in accepting that for what it is and being able to be comfortable talking about it. Game theory and socioeconomic psychology is what is actually necessary to understand in order to best maximize momentum for this. You have illegitimate teams that take advantage of this, right? Obviously, for instances that we see every single fucking day. And then you have other teams that do this because simply the state of the market, right? People are GD. Let's just call it what it is, right? If you have a good development team, you'd rather that team have a majority of the supply in order to hit some of their more long-term targets and goals, rather than give it to people with less incentive alignment within the market. They just simply care less. They're not going to put the effort in to actually push it. The only variable that actually changes this is, a truly dedicated community and fan base. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate the conversation, and I think it's always interesting to kind of hear different market feedback on this.
I love that. From your lips to smoking chicken fish's ears. Love that. Absolutely love that. Joe, what's going on?
Yeah. Hi guys. Well done. I think this is actually a very interesting topic, and um, I wasn't really expecting to just pop up in the space and then meet Bubble Maps. At first, when I saw it, I was so happy because I felt like this was an opportunity to roast them because I've always seen them on ATL, and I've been having to have an opportunity to sort of connect and talk with them like one on one. It's actually a very great opportunity to see. As much as I love everything that is, Bobby Maps goes, and I feel like I didn't quite really understand because a lot of stuff that Bobby Map has been doing, I know fully well that, like, obviously they're trying to cut off a whole lot of bad actors and like a whole lot of things that is going on with the space. But Fade had already just mentioned exactly things that I would have wanted to say, but I'm just gonna still touch on the other perspective. And I think that, like, as much as we, Birmingham is trying to obviously take out a lot of bad actors, and which has been one of the major things that has, obviously dominated the space. Rugs and different things and arcs and the whole lot of stuff that goes on with the space. Uh, just like Fade had said, you have to, for most projects that are launching these days, you just have to actually sort of keep things in control from your own from your own end. And I think the space has gone far, little bit light at in a difference from years back when people would launch projects and then everybody just holds up projects to the moon and says, "Hey, we're fucking going to the moon," and they say we're in for the utility and everything, and this token is fucking going to $1 and everything, brother. When you launch projects these days, even when put in everything, you put in every resources of yours to launching the projects, sometimes you're trying to go out for the best of the best marketing, and pretty much there's a whole lot of stuff that is just really fucking wrong with the space right now, like a lot of things that are not right in place. And then for most of the founders, it's usually very frustrating, so you want to see to most of the launches that you kind of have a lot of things in control from your own particular end. And this is not putting out the fact that there's a whole lot of bad actors, a lot of people still creating projects and then holding up a lot of supply just because, obviously they have plans in future to sort of rug off projects and everything. And I think that is the part where, Bubble Maps is still doing the best of the things that they're actually doing. So I think, in my own opinion, is like, you're just gonna do what you gotta do, especially when you have long term plans and you wanna obviously keep things in full control with your projects. And when we've seen with a lot of projects that have been able to launch of recent times, especially the major meme coins, you see that the ones that have been able to like hold up a very strong ground, and obviously when they start off quick, they're able to like hold up that strong ground, and then you obviously able to get into the 100 million marks and the likes is being the ability to be able to sort of hold up the floor and obviously control the supplies and all of those things. So yeah, I just wanted to have that little bit submission, but yeah, regardless, I've been able to obviously see like a whole lot of different perspective from Bubble Maps, and that's actually really great.
Hell yeah. Bubble Map's probably one of the most un or misunderstood people in the entire space. We know him behind the scenes. And he's one of us. He's one of us. He cares. He cares deeply. But real quick before I go to the rest of the hands, I want to kick it over to Gigi, because Gigi, I always love what you are seeing in the world. Like, who's winning, who's losing, what are we looking at, what are we not looking at? How are things going with you?
GM. Oh my God, yesterday was a crazy day in the meme coin world. But I pin up the video up top. I do the written recap on the Telegram on the second tweet. But this is basically the meme coin recap of August 8th. On the winner of the day, we have ticker Fuku, FUKU, on Ethereum. So there were two launch, one in Solana, one in Ethereum. Ethereum was the winner, apparently. So it's just a cute dog. It was up 356,000% in the last 24 hours. And it closed the day sitting around 12 million market cap. People are betting on the decentralized dog meta, and a lot of people think this is the next dog that's going to hit 100 million. So, like I said, they do have one on Solana. So, if you want to gamble on the other one reaching this one, but yeah, that was the winner of the day. We have loser of the day. Obviously, you guys have spoken about it all space long, which is ticker RTR on Solana. Initially speculated to be the official Donald Trump coin or have some type of affiliation. And, apparently it was launched by the founder of Kampai Pandas. Lots of people lost ridiculous amount of money on that one. For the runner of the day, this one is not a new one, but it's dominating the chart right now. So we have ticker Fine on Solana. And it's the dog drinking coffee in a house catching fire. We all know him. It was up 98,000% in the last 24 hours. And it ended the day sitting at a 2.2 million market cap. The content is sick, team is active, so definitely one to keep an eye on. Going on my watch list is ticker Mungi on Solana. Is a cat monkey coin. It has 18,000 plus holders, 3,000 plus on the Telegram. Good memes. I don't know how important this part is, but the dev does dress this as a cat monkey, and
That's
they're partnering with
bullish. A
that. I
cat
think that's
monkey?
bullish. Yeah, a cat
That's something.
monkey. That's something. They're also partnered with Bybit and is currently about 3x away from all-time highs. So I think it's an interesting play to look at. And for the DGen play of the day, we had Jajak on Solana. And that was a pump fund coin that after bonding reached a high of 2.8 million market cap, which is really impressive for pump fund coins, and it ended the day sitting around a 2 million market cap, which again, very impressive for a pump phone coin. It does have some of the crypto like meme coins influencers being at least like chilling out on the timeline. I know we've seen Patify back a few of these. So yeah, that's all the things you missed on August 8th.
Dang.
Hey,
I don't think
can
it's
Hey,
ask
you
a
missed
question,
you missed
Keisha?
one more thing. I
what?
bought my
What?
second ever meme coin.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody
Whoa.
hold the phone.
AK.
Everybody hold the phone. Everyone mute your mics, mute your mics, mute your mics. AK. What is this meme coin that stole your
I
heart?
can't disclose
Come
because I'm not a paid
on. This
chiller.
is not a security. You don't need to do this. This is like, come on.
We
This is
gotta
like
wait
I
till the
AK.
end of
I
Q4,
I
K2.
will just tell you guys one thing, okay? The community was hosting a space. I randomly follow somebody from the community. I jumped into the space. I asked a couple of questions. I believed in what they're doing, and I bought the coin.
So you're part of the broth and the smoking chicken fish. Got it. I mean, like, geez, you didn't have to televise that much. I mean, they're the most persuasive space that you could possibly find. They brothize you, and the next thing you know, you're a card carrying member of a cult. That's what makes like it's that level of conviction that we're
Dude, I'm
looking.
so excited. I want to buy more, but like I don't know if it's gonna rug.
I
So
mean,
I'm
That's
just
a
gonna
good
watch it.
feeling, isn't it? Isn't
that
it a good feeling, AK?
that's like what it's like to be in love.
Well, I'd like to wake up to more money, but if it ends up being zero, you know what? I'm just gonna be okay with it.
This is
Hey,
like
we're
literally
living on the edge.
I mean, honestly, like this is like the very first couple weeks of like being in a relationship, right? It's just like
I
I
am
don't.
so excited. I'm gonna maybe buy some more over the weekend, but I just don't know if I want to waste my money like that, or maybe make a gazillion bucks. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll see.
see, exactly. Like this is exactly how it feels. Like I think this is the one. Like I think like this is it. So, like when I look at this meme coin, I see Valhalla. Like it's exactly like how I used to look at every single relationship. It's crazy. This just
By the way,
You guys have converted me. That's the whole thing I just wanted to say. I am slowly.
I'm gonna message you. I'm so curious to know. I know Bubble Maps had a question though. Was it about the report, Bubble Maps?
Yes, that was actually about the report, but anybody can jump in if you know the answer. What's the token launched on Pum.fun with the current highest market cap?
Oh wow.
Ooh,
Probably,
with
what is
the
it, like
Like
Michi or one
ever.
of those big nine
it
figure? I
probably
know
it's
it's a
probably
big
one
one.
of the CTO ones. I think Guinan was a pump fund that got CTO'd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Is there a
it
different
was
one?
Yeah.
Guinan was the pump fund token but I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
got
it's the highest.
CTO. It,
Nick, are you talking about which token launched on Pump Fund and has had the highest market
Yes.
cap ever?
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. I was asking about the current highest market cap, but like all-time high as well would be interesting to know.
Hmm.
Also,
mm,
Well,
We called Guinan out yesterday. Just
so
case in
Dang.
point.
do you know, because I know Guinan right now, for example, Guinan, which I, like I said, I believe it was a pump fund. It's currently at 45 million, and that was that got CTO. That's pretty impressive for a pump fund launch.
It's true.
I could remember getting launched on the night of Trump's debate or whatever. Yeah, you went talked on BTC Nashville. Yeah, that was when Guinan launched.
Hey guys, I think I gotta start loading up my scripts and algos on these meme charts. Gotta start doing some technical analysis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what you're
I
gonna
I'm
mean,
like?
I
looking
know.
now. I
Yeah,
know
what
Michi's a high. Michi
you're gonna?
launched on Pump Fund. Billy
Yeah, are you
launched
gonna?
on Pump Fund. Like there's been big ones.
I know. Based Brett launched on Pump Fund. Kidding.
That was just a joke, by the way. I don't think you can chart meme coins.
No, I mean you can, but you have to use astrological charts. Everyone knows that. Way different. Um,
The
you don't. It's
Maraca,
not
you
Hey, I
got to
got a
look for the
question.
Maraca pattern. Like it's got to go
absolutely.
up, a little
Hmm.
diagonal, all the way backwards in reverse, comes back down, forms the forms the end handle point, which is the inflection point, and then you need to make sure that the lines make a star and not a triangle.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. Like David and I actually have a very sacred room we call the Alpha Room. It's got power crystals, a Ouija board, and sage that burns 24 hours a day. This actually, the sage helps to rid yourself of any potential rugs, all of the negative energy, and then the Ouija board is honestly just really there for
It
visual
spells out
effects.
the
Yeah,
contract address for us.
it's
Sometimes the
true.
letters fall from the ceiling.
It's true.
But how is your root chakra? That's the
Yeah, we
real
don't. That's
question.
where the crystals come in. See, exactly. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. That's what we call it, the alpha room. But Jahan,
Well, hey, listen. Oh,
Yeah,
Jahan.
we were talking earlier about like using or holding your personal meme coins. You guys know that you can use meme coins to buy things now, and I suspect that we will see people like try to use meme coins for like experiences, right? I kind of like I'm forecasting that people are going to start accepting meme coins for all sorts of weird experiences that you can buy. But just as a heads up, I don't know if you guys do know this. You know that Travel Swap, if you guys are familiar
Yeah,
with yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah, 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 yeah.
you can buy, you can book your travel with a variety of meme coins. They
Well,
got
it's like
tick,
Travala. Like Travala was the same. Like they were the first ones to do it.
yeah. I mean, there's ticker Bitcoin, there's MOG, Retardio, like LFGO.
How do
There's
they
like
do it?
fucking
Like, is there just a DEX hooked up in the background and it
yeah.
sells and converts, or
They've got a whole system in the background, dude. Their CEO is base as fuck. I hung out with him in Nashville. He's fucking awesome.
Sorry, what website is this? Travel
Travelswap.xyz.
Swap. That's right.
well, I mean, I
.xyz.
know both.
Thanks
I've
for the
used
info.
both of them.
Yeah, yo, their team is fucking super based. They are full throttle crypto. I'm not paying or anything. I just fucking had a great time hanging out with them.
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's like honestly half. Like most of the space is just vibe.
Oh, I met these guys in Denver. Travel Swap.
Yeah, yeah, they're fucking cool, right?
Ah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, they were doing a lot of cool stuff. They
Yeah,
were
they
they
they are
were
fucking committed, bro, to
yes,
making
yes,
this
yes,
work.
yes.
I love that. I love that. See, honestly, we'll go Matthew or Casper, then Matthew, then Ben, unless we decide to interrupt before then. But that is the current order. Casper.
Um, so yeah, just real quick, did want to circle back and say, Bubble Maps, I hate everything you're doing. I don't think you're gonna bring any value to the space. And yeah, we're just not gonna stand for much more of this shit, Bubble Maps. You try to
You know
FUD
what's
me out of one
wild
more
is like I
bag.
think Memecoin Daily is probably the only space that Bubble comes on that like people don't attack him. Most people are just like, you know what? Like I love to hate you, man. But like any other space that he goes on, they're like, oh, I'm like you're full of shit, like all this kind of stuff. Like we're a safe haven for Bubble.
Actually, K2, they are way less confrontational, I feel,
Yeah,
during a Twitter space as opposed to under our posts.
so
Because
true.
I think what's happening when we create a story about a token, all the influencers that promote this token, they have Telegram groups, they have WhatsApp groups, and they coordinate people to say, hey, enter these tweets, go say that this is bullish, that this is not FUD, that this is actually bubble maps calling out the bottom of the token. But in reality, when we sit down with them and we explain our reasoning and our vision, most of the time they agree because we're sensible, we're
Mhm.
rational, we're not, it's not based on emotion, it's based on actual on-chain data. And our only crime could be that we have conviction. But we believe it's
But
for the best.
Bubble, you really do not really expect that people buy into a token that they bought from maybe an influencer, and they're just gonna watch it get foddered to death.
Yeah.
So,
No,
bro,
what people really mean is why couldn't you make that post after it pumped a little bit and I sold it?
maybe that's
Yeah,
true.
probably.
Hey,
Exactly.
you
That's
Probably.
got to
true.
reverse Hey, Bubble, reverse psychology, people. Be like, looks like a good one, and just see what happens. Be like, this has it it just like instead of just be like, you know what, has a semi decent wallet distribution. And then just leave it at that and see what happens. Like, see if
we've never found one yet. It's still a
See,
treasure that we're
this
I
trying
is
to
the
find.
shit. This is the
I
shit, bubble
actually
maps.
I think I have an opinion about Bob Map. Bob Maps intentionally makes this statement and this comments about the tokens in the manner in which they do, just to make sure it sparks up conversations, and that is why they've grown as big as they are now.
it's true. Bubble Maps has like
Thank you, my
different
friend.
alts. Like Bubble,
Thank you.
he
I thank you for this because actually the reason we're having this conversation, I feel, about control supply is because we're exposing it with bubble maps, not our thread. I'm talking about the tool in such an easy and convenient way that are actually people are starting to realize that most of the tokens are supply controlled. So now they're talking about it because we expose this in such a natural way.
You know,
Here it is.
it's honestly though, like what no one's paying attention to is the absolute big brain play that's happening here. Is everyone's focus, like everyone knows about DeFi and token looping. Bubble Maps is actually an engagement looper. Bubble Maps is actually to funnel engagement metrics to his other profiles and alts that nobody actually knows about. But since he is his main form of conversation facilitation, he is literally just working over each and every one of you right now, which is absolutely brilliant. But Cash, bro, throw it
That
back to
made
you.
me more bullish on bubble maps to be. You know what we need? We need a bubble maps for this engagement on Twitter. Can you imagine what those would look like? Oh my god. You realize that 50 accounts happen to be the same person.
100%. Casher. Cash.
Yeah, just wanted to officially say, no, I like what Bubble Maps is doing, and I think that anyone who has a problem with someone asking questions has already answered your questions. But I did also want to just touch on AK buying his second meme coin ever. Um, that's pretty awesome, man. I'm not gonna fucking rug you, AK. All right, yeah, the ticker is quit. He fucking went into MySpace earlier. That's right. And he bought some quit. Yeah, right? Shameless fucking plug for quit. You should buy more because we're setting it higher. We're not gonna rug you. Um, yeah, just wanted to say, bubble maps, keep it up.
I nor confirm nor deny, but I will never quit.
Let's fucking go.
Matthew.
No, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just gonna give a tiny shout out, and I won't usually do this. I'll tell you one thing, okay? These guys have a white knight type of uh, mantra, in my opinion, and I hate ruggers. And I was like, part of the panel, as I mentioned on the Scottie Pippen little debacle, and I was like, hey, Scotty, like, come into the space, like, would love to have you, and be authentic and don't click the big red sell button. And the guy clicked the fucking big red sell button like 10 minutes later, right? So I want social awareness against that. And I think that's what the Quit project is doing. And I like that a lot. And if they're able to increase the awareness on people who rug and kind of attack them for justice seeking, I like that a lot. So yeah, that's my gamble.
Appreciate you, man.
God bless. God bless. Matthew.
Yeah, that Scottie Pippen thing was kind of funny because I remember I was asking him, "Do you have any plans for collaborations?" And Scotty was like, "Nah, none, not now." And then the rest of his team were like, "Yeah, but soon we're gonna reach out to people who are like in a circle of the coolest people ever, and it's gonna be fantastic." And I was like, "Okay, normally people like collaborations. Maybe there's something. Yeah, no, I got yeah, and then Ansem turned up at the end, probably not knowing what was happening in the space. Didn't say anything, but it was just like Ansem appears. People are like, "Oh, holy shit! This meme coin's going to send." So if you can accidentally summon Ansem, that's quite a power. That's kind of funny.
That's where in the alpha room that David and I have, we summon influencers all the time. I think it's more of a byproduct of the Ouija board though than really anything, but that's just me. Ben,
First of all, AK, I think you bought the wrong Chase's token. I fuck with Quit, but you brought the wrong one, and I'm not going to shamelessly plug my token because Casper, that's not why we're here. I did have a question though for Bubble Maps, just because I'm super stoked about it. I fuck with Bubble Maps heavy. Bubble Maps, Nick. I know you've been building for a long time. I know you've got a new version coming out. What is that going to look like? Get the people bullish because I'm ready for it.
All right. Let me give you a quick overview of what's coming next. So first thing is going to be, as I said before, an easier way, or let's say a more comprehensive way of creating clusters. Because right now on the V1, a cluster is only direct connection between addresses. But as I said, we're going to have temporal connection and second degree, third degree connection. So people, when they open a bubble map, they're going to see way more activity on screen in a way that reduces the noise and increase the intelligence. That's what we're aiming for, at least. So that's point number one. Point number two is that we're going to have comprehensive historical data, meaning that when you look at a token on bubble maps right now, you are only seeing the current, the latest bubble map. But with the V2, you can rewind the tape at any point in time, even with a token that was created in 2016 if you wanted to, on Ethereum. Imagine you want to see the bubble map of Uniswap day one. Who was the original holder of Uni? Who were the first VCs involved? What did they do with the token? We call this Big Bang because you have the ability of rewinding the tape from day one, and it looks like an explosion from the singular individual address, the deployer that was holding all the supply, and then see this financial Big Bang as the VC comes in, and the market makers, and the insiders, all of this good stuff. Imagine this applied to the Solana meme coins. You're going to be able to see immediately, the four original wallets that sniped 80% of the supply in most of those meme coins. Usually you don't see this with bubble maps because it happens so fast, we can't catch them. But with the V2, you're going to be able to see them at any, just rewind the tape at the first second of the token launch and see the bubble map. Very easy. And last but not least, we're going to have some AI components. Somebody mentioned that the government was having crazy AI tools, and this is true. We're going to tell you what a cluster means. If it's insiders, if it's VCs, if it's a healthy cluster. Sometimes people come to us and say, should I be worried about this cluster? And we click one button and we see that this is actually a DEX, like this is Jupiter or Meteora. And we want to give a layer of interpretation so that our community can know, let's with a good degree of probability, what a cluster means. What behavior does it represent? So that's some of the features that are coming with the V2. Maybe one more final point. The V2 will be cross-chain. And that's actually game changer for EVM chains because if two addresses have sent each other Ethereum or USDC or wrapped Ethereum on Base or a token on Avalanche, they are still going to be connected. So it's not going to be separated by chains anymore. It's going to be one singular app with all the chains combined, like all the EVM, of course, and then Solana on the side and other chains.
See, and this is why I'm so stoked about this stuff because I mean, I want to see more legitimate launches. Don't get me wrong, I love a quick 5 to 10x on Pump Fun. I hit a 15xer today. But I want to see more legitimate meme coins that go the distance, that aren't rugs, that just aren't bullshit because the more we legitimize this space, the easier it'll be for mass adoption. I think that's what we all want. We want more volume, we want more liquidity, but it's not going to happen unless we have people like Bubble Maps helping to keep the space honest.
And accountable, honest and
Eh,
accountable, because we had a look at
exactly.
Pepe day one. Pepe, we started Bubble Maps. Pepe was already far launched, and we missed the first second of the token. So we used the V2 to see the first seconds of the token launch of Pepe, and we saw some crazy stuff. Like 60% of the supply was concentrated into a group of addresses that was launching other tokens before finally nailing it on the head with Pepe. It's a crazy story. Nobody's aware of this. Nobody's aware that Pepe started as a Cabal token. So
Well, now we are.
expect to see some super interesting thread in the next month when this V2 is live. We're gonna have a look at all the popular tokens, all the tokens that reached 1 billion, and see what happened in the first seconds. Who was in charge of this?
That's pretty
Ooh,
cool.
I like that. I like that. David's probably going to be the most avid user of that. He's not going to know what he's going to see, but it doesn't matter.
I
It's
just want to
just
see all the lines and colors.
David's like, I heard Big Bang. That's all. And that's what drew him in. So Joe, it's good, man.
Yeah. Bobo, when you guys started out as a project, has there been any point in time where you guys made a threat about maybe payments from projects like projects paying influencers or whatever?
Oh, sorry, what are you talking about? Partnerships?
Yeah. Projects paying influencers, like playing like just any out influencers to just post project whatever bullshit about the projects.
No, of course not. We never take any form of payment.
No, I'm
Everything we do
saying,
is
do you
true.
guys make posts like like trying to figure that out the same way you guys reveal supply and all those things with projects?
About what? About influencers?
Yeah.
You'd have to be able to identify the wallet. I think that would be the big thing. That's kind of like what makes a project like that, like doing something like that with the project difficult, is it's like if I paid you, I'd also have to know what your wallet is. Like I know that I'm doing business with Joe, but I don't know what Joe's wallet is. You know what I'm saying? It's not disclosed.
Okay, so because I
Yeah.
because I remember like there was a time when you guys made it. Okay. I think what you guys did was you sort of exposed token supplies being paid to certain KOs. I think you guys did that at some point in time.
Oh yeah, that's. I think you're referring to Satoshi VM back then. So
Yeah.
the reason we knew that was Satoshi during so Satoshi VM was a token that launched earlier this year. Maybe you guys remember, but like $250 million in volume day one, and everybody was wondering how this token, out of the blue, completely unheard of, managed to get so much volume. And in Bubble Maps, we saw a huge cluster of connected wallets. At the center of this cluster, there was an IDO contract that were sending tokens to, in very similar amounts, to 250 addresses. And we were wondering, who are those addresses? Is this the team? Is this insiders? We were trying to figure this out. This is never straightforward. You always have to wonder what is going on. And among those connected addresses, some of them were actually publicly labeled, like ENS. I don't want to name anybody because that was very heated for them. But we found some addresses labeled on third party, whether it was Etherscan, ENS, or OpenSea profile, this kind of stuff. And because there was like 20 influencers that we managed to connect with this cluster, then we understood that the whole cluster was actually a pre-sale, a KOL round that happened before the token was publicly announced. So you see from you manage to get some certain element of context that you can extrapolate to a whole cluster. That's usually how we work.
Okay, so what I want to ask now is, so as a founder, Nick, and as Bubble Map, how would you expect? What is the best strategy that you guys would feel like is the safest for obviously promoting your projects with influencers? Would you rather tokens or stables?
That's a good question.
Both.
No, that's a good question. Would you rather pay this in token? I think if you want to really play it safe, you can do a hybrid mix, a bit in tokens, a bit in stable coins. At the end of the day, you want to incentivize the influencers to talk about you, and if you only pay them in stable coins, they're just gonna talk about you for a bit and then forget about you entirely. So it is an interesting balance you have to find. I'm not sure I have the definitive answer.
Because do you know why I ask this question is because obviously like you guys made this particular post, obviously like for Satoshi EVM, and obviously like what they were trying to do then was obviously trying to market the project, but maybe not in a good way like from you guys, and then it sort of looks shady to you So I wanted to see what exactly would be your best bets to see for projects, because obviously this is something that's been for a long time in the space, for years and years till now, and would still be. So it's like, what exactly would you really expect of projects when they're trying to get
Of
people to
course.
promote projects?
Maybe one more point, just to give context to the audience. In the case of Satoshi VM, they distributed such a large amount to the influencer. I think it was along the line of 15% of the supply, with no vesting. The vesting was like 2 months. In 2 months, they were going to get all the token without any cliff. So imagine distributing 15% in 2 months to 250 people. That was essentially a rug pull waiting to happen, or a dump waiting to happen, to be precise. So that's why we rung the alarm back then about Satoshi VM.
Oh man. All right, everybody. Definitely appreciate all of that, Bubble Maps. Love the questions, Joe. We've been doing this. The hour's up, everybody. Sad to hear it. I know I feel bad even saying it, but another Meme Coin Daily Space is 3 to 4 p.m. every weekday. We do this thing over here. I want to thank everybody for coming out, all the listeners, all the speakers, always having conversations about the meme coin space, making sure that you guys know what we know. And we know a lot. I know a little bit about a lot. These guys up here know a lot about a lot. And when we put it all together, we all get some alpha out of this spaces. But everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday, 3 p.m. We'll see you at the next Mario and the Fall in the Roundtable Spaces.
Peace.